Is it wrong to tell a 9-year-old he's not really family? I'm 32 years old and I have a 9-year-old son. I'll call him A. Here's the thing though, he's not my biological son. I became his legal guardian when he was just 3 years old, right after his mom passed away. His dad was never in the picture, completely absent from day one. When she died, I knew it would end up in foster care if someone didn't step up. So I did. I took him in without hesitation. I've been raising him for 6 years now. He calls me dad because that's exactly what I am to him. I'm the one who makes him breakfast, helps with homework, takes him to soccer practice, tucks him in at night. Biology doesn't change any of that. Everyone in my family knows our situation. It's never been a secret. He also knows he's adopted, but we keep the explanation simple because he's still pretty young. He understands the basics, and that's enough for now. My sister is 29, and she's always been kind of weird about the whole thing. She never says anything directly rude to A's face, but she makes these little passive-aggressive comments. She'll call me his guardian instead of his dad, or sometimes she'll say Uncle Dad, like it's some kind of joke. I usually just ignore it because I never seem to notice or understand what she was implying. But last weekend, everything changed. We were at my mom's house for dinner. I was excitedly showing my sister this school project he'd been working on. He was so proud of it, talking a mile a minute about all the effort he'd put in. Then he said something that just melted my heart. He said he wanted to make Dad proud. That's when my sister laughed. Not a kind laugh either. And then she said, well, technically he's not really your family, but I'm sure he's proud anyway. The change in A was immediate. He just went completely quiet and stopped talking mid-sentence. I could see in his face, he was hurt. Really hurt. This little kid who'd been so excited 2 seconds ago just shut down completely. I looked at my sister and asked her what her problem was. She had the nerve to act like she'd done nothing wrong. She said she was just telling the truth and that someone needed to be honest with him before he grew up with the wrong idea about a relationship. I completely lost my temper. I told her she was way out of line and that if she couldn't respect my son, then she needed to stay away from him. Period. She got defensive immediately, saying I overreacted and that I embarrassed her in front of the whole family. My mom tried to stay neutral, but did say I didn't need to make such a scene about it. But here's what really got to me. I barely spoke for the rest of the night. He was just quiet, withdrawn. And when we got home and I was tucking him into bed, he looked up at me and asked if he would be allowed to stay with me forever. That question absolutely broke my heart. This poor kid was now questioning whether his home was permanent, whether I was going to keep him, all because of what my sister said. Later that night, my sister sent me a text. She said I owe her an apology for blowing up at her. Then she added that I'm too sensitive because he's not my real kid anyway. I haven't replied. I honestly don't know what to say to that level of disrespect. So now I'm wondering, am I actually the one in the wrong here? Did I overreact by yelling at her and telling her to stay away from my son? Should I have handled it more calmly? Part of me feels like I should have kept my cool, but another part of me knows that nobody gets to hurt my kid and act like it's no big deal. Real family protects each other, and blood doesn't determine that. What do you think? Was I out of line?